here again. Facebook, this is the Facebook Live warm-up for the actual Facebook Live tomorrow. Just thought I'd do a quick warm-up session. Oh God, of course Anthony messages me right when I start. Okay, what's the number? While we wait, I'm gonna open this thing. Got something in the mail today. So, like some of you know, we have this thing. We have this club called the 100. It's not really a club, but the shit fountains like to call it that back in the day. The idea of the 100 is that people pay $35 a month. It's a subscription service basically. And then 4 times a year, so once a quarter, they get some parts in the mail. And we try to make them something new, something special, prototype parts. Some of the parts never make it into production, but they get them anyway. And these are some parts that the guys on the 100 are gonna get. I just got some samples of them here. So the number 100. Let's make it 100, like the 100. In honor of the 100 guys, we're gonna do this. And I mean, it's been a bit of a mess. The parts are late. The parts are late. The guys are paying 35 bucks a month and they're not getting parts. They're getting mad. But I'm just tell them, chill, relax. It's only $35. Wait, you'll get your parts. So, you know, retroactively sending them parts that are well past due. But hey, it's worth it. They get parts no one else gets. Or they get parts before anyone else. So yeah, these are some of the parts they're gonna get before anyone else, if we decide to then actually make them. Did you guess what it is? Oh yeah, man. Carbon fiber side guards, made in Italy by Matteo da Porto. Same guy that makes the ones for Ongaro and those guys. Fast Race, same manufacturer. So we've got a spacer here because of the chassis design. Left and right side guards. Look really nice. Quality looks good already on these samples. Very lightweight. Clearly gonna lose some weight. Wonder how much, like 25, 30 grams? That's gonna be really good. So yeah, the 100. You can look forward to these for Q3 or Q4. Oh, it's blurry. Q2 parts have shipped. Q3 parts are done. Yeah, these will be Q4 parts. Carbon fiber side guards. Oh yeah. 90 people, please share. If you have European friends, share this Facebook Live. For $420 a year, your 100 guys get a few prototype bits. It's not just a few, it's the value of them is over what they pay. So it's basically like one thing a month. So every quarter is like three things or something really expensive. So the value of the stuff they get is more than what they pay. If the parts were actually for sale and they bought them, they wouldn't get all the stuff. 8 more people. We need 8 more people. Someone get your mothers to watch, family members. Maybe get Carlos Gomez. Cheers. Exactly, they are priceless. Some of the parts are actually priceless. Some things they get will never see the market. Who knows? I don't know if my webmaster has made JQThreads available in America. But if you want some, just message me on Facebook and I'll process the order for you and get them shipped. And I know Anthony wants this shirt, right? Check it out, jqthreads.com. We still need 6 people. Come on. It's not left, it's Team Philippines. Gin and grapefruit. Not GT. Longero. I need more JQ drivers in the New York City area. 99 people. Yeah, we do. Okay, 100. Ilari, ei se ollut lonkerosta kiinni, kato se huuliongelma. Okay, so let's start. It went under 100. Can I start? It was 100. We need to have 100 people when I start. Is that video blurry still? Can you see now? Carbon fiber side guards. This must be like 25 grams lighter, at least. My internet is trash. Okay, I'm gonna start. So, the Euros. In Europe we have Euro Bs and Euro As. So the Euro B is for, I think, anyone who hasn't made the top 50 at a Euro A. Is that right? I think that's the rule. So it's like for your average Joes. Then we have Euro A's, and every country gets allocated some spots. So basically it's for the best drivers. If your country has 5 spots and you make the top 5 in your country's nationals, you get to go to the Euros. So that's how it works. Then if you race the Euro Bs and you win, I'm not sure if you can go back. Does someone know that? Side guards look fine. You look like trash, says Pierre Ronnefuck. Thank you for that. If you make the top 50 at the Euro A's, you can't go back to the Euro B's either. So there are these two different races in Europe. And there are some issues with both races today, right now. And I think I've figured out a solution. One solution that would take care of all those issues. Euro B equals Captain Club Race. Sort of, like the European club races, yeah. Whoever wins that is the, let's say, the king of club races. So let's go through the issues today with this system that we have. The Eurobs is a 3-day event, and one of the problems is that it doesn't get the same media attention. It doesn't get as much media attention as it maybe should. For example, the live coverage isn't the same as what the Euro A gets, and that's because the budget just isn't there. Then also, not all manufacturers attend the Euro B. There's not support for all the different brands at the Euro Bs. So there's not the same level of coverage, and also not the same level of attention by the manufacturers, because it costs money to go to the race. Then there are some issues with the Euro A's. So some people complain, some professional drivers complain that the Euro A's are too long. There's too much practice, 5 days of racing, it's unnecessary. It could be just 3 days, for example, just like the Euro Bs. And also another problem that there's been in Europe is it seems to be hard to find organizers for the races because we keep going back to the same places. We go to Ongara Ring, been there twice. Sand in Germany, been there twice. We've been in Reims twice. We have been in Redovan once, and now we're going back to Redovan next year. So there are all these awesome facilities and tracks in Europe, but we keep going to the same few ones. And so it seems to be difficult to find organizers for the Euros. So what could be the solution to this? I think, and I'd like you guys to comment your opinion on this. I think the solution could be to combine the two races, but combine them similarly to how 10 scale is run. You know how it's 1 week and there's two-wheel drive first and then four-wheel drive? Have the Euro Bs first for 3 days, and then after that, the Euro As for another 3 days. So a 6-day event, 3 days of Euro B, and then 3 days of Euro A. As it is now, I think probably it would be interesting to find stats. It would be interesting to find stats on this. But I would assume that most of the Euro B drivers also attend the Euro A's, or would if they had the money. So in this situation, the Euro B guys would do their race, and then if they make their country's team, they can race the Euro A's also. So they get 2 races almost for the price of one. They still have to pay both entry fees, but for the price of 1 week's holiday, 1 trip, they get to race 2 separate races. So, you know, more fun, more heads-up racing, 2 chances of doing well at a race. Also, there's the benefit that because of this system, the coverage, so RC Racing TV, Control, whoever is doing all the coverage, because they are going to do the Euro A's, it doesn't cost much more to also have them do the Euro B's, because it's the same location, same track. They just arrive 3 days earlier, do the Euro B's, and then the Euro A's. And as it is now, the Euro A's are 5 days, so shortening it to 3 days, it's only 1 extra day for the media. So it's about the same cost actually. Right now, we have 2 separate races, Euro B, Euro A. They do the coverage for the Euro A. With this system, for the same money, you get coverage for both B and A. A drivers would just get a blown track to start on. Well, no, they wouldn't, because the tracks we race on, they hold up really well. And also it's possible to fix the track between the races. So that's not really a problem. Also, another benefit with this system would be that, let's see, I want to go through the points in order here. So another benefit with this system would be, like I said, right now, all the manufacturers, they don't really support the B Euros because of financial reasons. But with this system, for the main day of Euro B, all the attention would be on the Euro B drivers, because all the manufacturers, all the team drivers, all the professional drivers, they would be there because they have to arrive the day before the Euros start anyway, at least the day before. So they would be there. So they would be available to help the Euro B drivers. So whatever HB drivers are there, you can be sure that Adrian Bertin, David Ronnefalk, his father, all these guys, all the HB guys would be there. And they would be helping the guys. And they would be figuring out also for themselves what tires work, what setup works, and that sort of stuff. Because their race will start the next day. So all the manufacturers have an incentive to be there and support their customers. So there's more media coverage, and there's more support from manufacturers and professional team drivers. So all the attention is on the Euro B for the finals. And none of this costs the manufacturers more money, because right now the industry is struggling. You know, a lot of manufacturers are complaining that there are too many races, the races are too long, expenses are too high, they need to save money. Well, this is one way to do it. You can actually, it's crazy actually. You save money compared to how it is now, but you can do better customer service and customer support. Also, to the people that do complain that the races are too long, this system, the Euro A, is actually a shorter race, only 3 days. Less practice, switch up the format, you don't have to spend 5 days at the race. Again, cheaper for the manufacturers, better for the professional team drivers. Another point. Can the way be that, for example, only top something will go to the second round? What do you mean? Do you mean that only the certain drivers from Euro B will then be able to race Euro A? I think that needs to be decided already before the race, because people make travel plans well ahead of time. So you can't make it so, let's say someone has planned on being there all week and then they suck at Euro Bs and they can't race Euro As. I think people need to know before the week what they are racing. So let's say someone from Switzerland, he wants to do the Euro Bs and then he's also qualified for Euro As. And he's like, well, great, I can go to Spain to Redovan and I'll do the Euro Bs first and then I'll race the Euro As. So I'll take my week vacation and I get to do 2 races. So it's awesome for him. And then the guys who can't race Euro B, they just do the Euro A's like they normally would. But instead of it being 5 days, it's 3. And Euro A's is, I mean, most of the guys, like the guys who are at the Euro A's seriously wanting to do well, I really don't think that they care if the race is, or I really don't think that they want the race to be longer. Do you see what I mean? Like having the race 3 days rather than 5, I think for most drivers will be a better thing. The guys who want it to be longer are the guys who, you know, take a holiday and go have some fun and race RC. And it's still long for them because they can do the Euro Bs and the Euro As. So, yeah, just like Craddock says, more likely a B driver can do all week. Exactly. And then, so there was still another issue I said with the current system, which is we keep going to the same tracks. And it seems to be an issue to find organizers. Well, this also solves that problem, because one of the problems is, I guess, that it doesn't really make sense financially to do it. So it's hard to get enough people involved to organize the race because it's not really financially rewarding to do. It's a lot of work and it costs money. So this way, the organizer would actually get 2 sets of entry fees. So they get, let's say the Euro B is full, they get that entry fee or whatever part EFRA gives them. I don't know how that works exactly. Then they also do the same for Euro A. So they have 2 races now, 2 sets of entry fees. The organizer can get more money. So it makes more financial sense to host the Euros. Adrian says, I like the idea, but HB Racing is wrong example for support as we are also at Euro B. Well, that's why I actually used you as an example. But in HB's case, they would save money because now they don't have to go to Euro Bs and Euro As. They just travel to one event and they can do the job. No, Jay, you don't qualify to the Euro A through Euro B. You qualify through your home country. 3 days, 4 break, Track preparation day, 5, 6, 7 race. Well, that's extending it 1 day unnecessarily. You can do it just like the 10 scale without a break in between. So just a 6-day race. And 2 more positive benefits from this. One is that I think right now the warm-ups are sort of suffering a bit. The warm-ups are not that well attended. So imagine if then instead you have a race which is a warm-up for the Euro B and for the Euro A. Then there will be more drivers who are keen to go to that race. So I think the warm-up would also become a bigger event because it's a warm-up for the A and the B Euros. And then finally, another thing which is sort of more of a benefit for EFRA and for the media team and maybe for the manufacturers also is that there are already too many races and too few weekends. That's a thing that you hear very often, that there are too many races and too few weekends. Well, this system would actually free up 1 more weekend because that 1 weekend in June, there's no Euros B. So you have the 2 races during the same week, that frees up 1 weekend. Jay is asking, what's the point of Euro B? Well, the point is that there, at one point there was just so much interest for racing that not every, there were many people who wanted to race Euros that couldn't because they didn't qualify through their home country. So I guess that's why they started doing Euro Bs. So they have like a pro class and open class, but organize 2 different races, Euro A and Euro B. Warm-up should be avoided. Yes, I agree, but I think by this time it's already like industry standard. There's always a warm-up. The track exists. There's going to be some race there, and if it's an official warm-up or not, people will go. So, yeah. I guess there are only 2 things that I can think of that you could actually legitimately criticize with this system. One is, okay, Euro B guys, their race would no longer be on a weekend. So you could take that angle. Maybe it's easier to attend the Euro B because you don't have to take days off work necessarily, maybe only 1, maybe the Friday. Okay, I can see that, but at the same time, most of the Euro B drivers, they would also do the Euro A's, which is the whole week long. And also, most of these guys, they take their summer holidays probably during the summer when they go racing. So I don't know that that's such a big issue. Euro B should be controlled tires. Yeah, I agree with that too. Euro B could be controlled tires, and actually I would hope that Euro A's control tires at some point also, because it's always difficult to fly to the Euros and not exactly know what the track will be like, not know what tires will work, so that's always a hassle. So one negative thing could be that people say, okay, Euro B is not on a weekend anymore. I don't think that's such a big deal. Another thing that people could complain about is that the Euro B drivers who also do the A, they have an unfair advantage because they just raced for 3 days on the track and then they get to race the Euro A's. Well, to that, I kind of feel like if you make the top 50 at the Euros, you're not allowed to race the Euro Bs. So it's not really that big of an issue. Maybe 1 year there's some whiz kid who's just breaking through and he has never made the top 50 at the Euros, then he has a great Euro B and then he has a great Euro A. So what? It's good if new blood enters the sport and makes it, I don't see a problem with that. Most the good Euro A drivers are still gonna beat the Euro B drivers no matter what. So I don't think that's really an issue. And then the guys who aren't really making the top 50 at Euros, well, they'll be racing the Euro Bs. So they have the same advantage. I guess there's like a group of drivers there who just can't race the Bs, have to race the As, and they might be mad at this, but I mean, that's just how it is. I don't know how big that group of drivers would be. And I think for the schedule, I mean, even if the races are full, it's still possible to do in 3 days. We don't need that much practice. We can have practice. We can have one qualifier on the first day. We can have the rest on the second day. We can have lower mains on the second day and the rest on Sunday or on the third day. Or we can have practice on day 1, qualifying on day 2, finals on day 3. You know, the schedule for that amount of drivers over 3 days, it's doable. So yeah, that's, I don't really know, or I can't think of any negative consequence really from this. When you look at the issues currently, this would be the perfect solution really. Saves money for the manufacturers, saves time for the professional drivers. It makes it possible to have great media coverage because the same people that cover the A Euros would be able to cover the B Euros. It makes it so there's more attention and focus on the B Euros, also by the manufacturers and the team drivers. And also the organizer makes more money, so it makes more financial sense for clubs to apply for the Euros and host the Euros. So everyone wins pretty much. And at the end we have the same drivers fighting for the win but for less money. Exactly. So Euro B, same as always, same guys will be in the mains. But the difference for the guys going to the Euro B, if this is the only international event they do, I want to go to the Euro Bs because I think I can do well there. I can only afford one flight, hotel, rental car, that I can only go one time. So they go to the Euro B, they do as well as they can, and they can also race the Euro A. So it's a bonus for those kind of people. They do one trip, they do their Euro Bs, and they can also then see how well they can do against the best drivers. So that's good. And Euro A's, yeah, so what? Euro B guys get 3 days of practice. It's not going to change the main event. It's not going to change who wins the Euro A's. And also, let's say there's someone who races Euro Bs, but isn't qualified for Euro A. So they can't do Euro A. As it is right now, they would do Euro B and then just not go to the Euro A's. So it's still one trip, 3 days. Well, this system, they could do the Euro Bs and then stay and watch and learn and have fun at the Euro A's also for not much extra money, just a couple of nights in the hotel. Great idea, now take the bull by the horns. Now make it happen. Well, that's the harder part. But anyway, does anyone have anything to say? Like any opinions about this? Especially now when Euro A have less drivers. Yeah, and if Euro A isn't full, then, I mean, maybe this would fill it up. Maybe the fact that the Euro B drivers are there already, then the guys who normally wouldn't go decide that, hey, they want to join in. So there's that too. So now, can anyone think of a reason not to do this? Like, is there a reason for EFRA not to do this? What could their reason be? No one? it was this convincing? Stop the warm-up races. Yeah, I agree. But how do we do that? Test for 2020. I agree. I really hope they would do that, but I guess 2020 is too soon. They've probably already like decided who gets the Eurobees and stuff. 2021, for sure. Only have one host, 1 week of racing, 3-day Euro B, 3-day Euro A. It's going to put more focus on Euro B guys, more media, more manufacturers. Imagine Euro B guys all having like professional drivers as their mechanics. HB driver in the main, Ronefalk, S-Works, Boots, Mugen, Robert. Imagine that. All the best guys are there watching and helping. All the manufacturers are there. RC Racing TV is there, Control is there. Circus RC is there taking pictures. The Euro Bs would be a better and bigger event if they did this. I'm 100% sure of it. They won't get as many holidays, says Craddock. Yeah, that could be the problem. That's really the only problem I can think of. The reason not would be because it's JQ's idea. Okay, so now what we need to happen is for it not to be my idea. So this needs to not be my idea. The way EFRA works is each country has a representative and they can make proposals for rule changes and such. So Pierre, he can maybe work this out for Sweden. So Sweden could come with this proposal of combining Euro B and Euro A. And maybe, I don't know, Adrian Bertin, I don't know which country's EFRA representative you can talk to, but maybe they can do the same. You know, we can definitely make this not my idea. How many entries were there at both events this year? I actually don't know, and I turned my internet off my laptop, I can't check. I don't think manufacturers would want to pay their drivers to sit there and be a mechanic. Okay, well, this is the whole problem, because right now, that's why the Euro Bs doesn't have that great support. Everyone doesn't go because they would have to pay to go separately. But if the Euro Bs is right before the Euro As, then everyone has to arrive the day before. It doesn't cost any more money to arrive in the morning the day before than in the evening the day before. So you can arrive in the morning the day before and be there for all the mains and help your drivers out. Or you can come one day early and help out for qualifying and the mains. You know, so it's possible for the manufacturers for the same money to support Euro Bs. And actually, you can actually, because the Euros right now is 5 days, Euro A, but it's going to be 3. So why not just go and help for the entire Euro B for the same money that you are paying now for just the Euro A? So yeah, that's just in reply to the guy who said, I don't think manufacturers would want to pay their drivers to sit there and be a mechanic. Too late to get into rule change for this AGM if you don't look outside the box. No, I mean it can still be brought up at this AGM, but it just won't really affect next year because I think the races are already picked, but the year after, for sure. Could it cope with the combined amount of drivers? It's not a combined amount of drivers. It's 2 races back to back. So the races have a limit. I can't remember how much, 150, 180, whatever it is. So whatever that limit is, that's as many drivers as there are. It's not increasing the amount of drivers. 3 more days of hotels, etc. 3 more days of hotels for who? Euro A right now is 5 days. It would be 3 instead. It would be less days. Euro B guys, many of them do both events. So they travel to Euro B, then they travel to Euro A. This way they travel 1 time and they spend 6 days instead of 3. I mean, they spend 3 days at Euro B and 5 days at Euro A if they do both. Now they spend 6 days instead and do both. All the good brands will be there to support. I guess Kyosho had someone at the Euro Bs. Adrian says wrong, but I don't know to what. Yeah, 2021, they could do this. Delete this live video so that there's no evidence that this idea came from you. That's a good idea. Do they repair? Please repeat, JQ. People are not listening. I think I repeated already. I don't know what else I should repeat. Do they repair the track after Euros B, then have the Euros A? Yeah, I think that would be perfectly okay. So after the Euro Bs, they could just repair the track, whatever is sort of, if it even needs repairing. Most of the tracks in Europe, I think after 3 days of racing, they're at their best. Joao and Baldos were there helping at Euro B for Kyosho. Yeah, Euro B was in Spain, so that's kind of easy when you have drivers in Spain and Portugal. So you would have a reduced entry to Euro A so B drivers can bump into it. John Skidmore, dude. I mean, this guy Skidmore, he posts on my Facebook too. And after his comments on here, I'm 100% sure that this guy's brain damaged. Seriously. No, you wouldn't. Euro A and Euro B spots are given out before the races, okay? You don't bump into Euro A. If the Euro A isn't full, then sure, yeah, fill up the entries. Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's it. That's the idea. Pierre, you have to get this through Sweden into EFRA. Okay? How about that? I'm sure Finland can do something too, but the more the merrier. And then when you guys vote on it, we need everyone to vote this through. Craddock thinks I should repeat it again. No, maybe I need to leave this Facebook Live actually out there and then people need to rewatch it. Should we just conclude quickly? Currently we have 2 separate races, Euro B and Euro A. Okay? 2 separate races. Many of the same drivers do both races. The manufacturers have to support both. We want to save money. Okay? I'm going to read through these things so I don't miss anything. Problems right now. Euro B, not the same media coverage as Euro A's. It could be improved. The support by manufacturers could be improved for Euro B. Euro A is too long. Some manufacturers, some professional drivers, they say the race is too long. We have too much practice. We're just sitting around here in a field for no reason. We want to go home. Also, it's hard to find organizers. We keep going to the same places. How do you solve these problems? You solve it by combining the races. you combine Euro B and Euro A. You have 3 days of Euro B, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then you have 3 days of Euro A, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 6-day race, 3 days each. Euro B guys do their thing. We have a winner, great. Then Euro A guys do their thing, we have a winner, great. A lot of Euro B guys do both races. If you haven't made the top 50 at Euro A, you can race Euro B. If you have made top 50, you can't. So some Euro A guys can only do Euro A. But those guys in the top 50, they prefer a shorter race. So they'll be happy. They just go for a 3-day Euro A, they're happy. Euro B guys, they want a long race. Well, they get 2 races. They get to do their Euro B, and they also get to do Euro A. Who else benefits? Manufacturers, they benefit. Less money. They only have to travel to one event. They also can do great customer service for the Euro B guys for the same money as just attending the Euro A's. There's more focus, more attention on Euro B's. More media coverage, more videos, more pictures, more manufacturers there. All the professional drivers are there. There's more focus on Euro B. It will be a better event. It will be more fun for the average Joes, for all the new kids coming up through the ranks. It's going to be easier to find an organizer because the organizer makes more money. They get 2 entry fees. They get the Euro B entry fees, they get the Euro A entry fees, or whatever amount they get from EFRA. I don't know how that works. Also, there are already too many races and not enough weekends. So eliminating Euro B's, having it together with Euro A, 1 free weekend. I know one thing EFRA will say, that it's unfair for average Joe at Euro A who need more practice than the fast adopting guys. Yes, so I addressed it. That's the only thing I can think of that is a criticism. But that guy, so someone who has finished 50th at Euro A, he can't race Euro B, but he's close to the same level as the Euro B guys. So he will have a disadvantage compared to his peers who have raced Euro B. Yes, I agree. But I don't agree that that's a reason not to combine the races. Exactly. That guy is still going to have his own issues. He's still going to have flameouts. He's still going to make mistakes. Like, that guy is still sort of, he's still in control of his own results and his destiny, you know? I think he's still in control because after practice, after qualifying, then he will finish where his level is. At that point, it doesn't matter that other guys raced for 3 days. I really don't think so. Yeah, Lefty, I mean, I have to pay Lefty's huge, massive salary that's increasing all the time. And that's why I can't afford internet. We did, surprisingly, you haven't said the officials only get 1 holiday. Yes, we actually covered that. Craddock brought it up, and yeah, we did cover that. If we combine the Euros, there would only be 1 holiday. Okay, so I repeated it now for a 5th time. So, it's a win-win. No one loses. Except the officials and those guys who qualified or made it like 40th to 50th at Euro A. So, that's it. Are we done here? Don't forget the 100, guys. This must be like 30 grams lighter. Carbon side guards. What was that you said about Euros? Can you repeat that? I guess I'm gonna leave this here and you can go check it. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, I need to get back to work. We're done here. Someone needs to end this now. You know what to do. Salty Joe, help me out. Sweet baby Jesus. Buggy, thank you. You said 25 grams. Yeah, I don't know. It's increasing. I'm feeling them. It's like, it must be even lighter. I'm gonna weigh them when this live is done. Okay,